Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to another Friday night at Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hey, what's going on?
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right, it's a lot of stuff going on in the news tonight. Ketel, what we got on the rundown tonight?
We got quite a bit. Hot topics. We got the Amtrak disaster. Principal's off-color remarks get her in trouble. That should be interesting. Food stamp restrictions in Wisconsin. Boston professor criticized for comments to students. Also, the hit it and quit it headlines. Prince's rally for peace in Baltimore. Verizon and Sprint settle allegations of bogus charges. I bet. I'm one of them. What women might replace Jackson on the $20 bill? Are Americans becoming less Christian? Also, what's popping with Poppa DD, of course. Weird news. Bear chasing in Massachusetts. Also, elderly man is getting it in the nursing home. Cemetery vandals caught. Also, I'm just saying with Redwine, living for the city with Poppa DD, of course. My Hollywood wrap up. I got a lot. Celebrity birthdays, cocktail of the week, kiss it list, and of course the last word. And as you hear B.B. King in the background. Unfortunately, we lost a legend, King of Blues at 89. He passed on Thursday night. So we're going to take a CC break, sit back and relax, and we're going to come back with the hot topics.
How you doing? I'm Poppa DD, one of the hosts of the Pajama Party. And I'm here to introduce you to two of the segments I have on the Pajama Party. One is called What's Poppin' with Poppa DD, and the other one's called Living for the City. What's Popping is maybe a topic that really popped at me that week about something really going on that's serious. And on Living for the City, I'll talk about stuff that has to do with the inner city, the suburban life, and life as we know it as far as the hood is concerned and everything thereof, because as Moore said, the whole world is a ghetto. So we'll talk about all that. So join me, Poppa DD, every Friday for my two segments of What's Poppin' and Living for the City.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right. First of all, let's talk about recent news here. Let's talk about the Amtrak derailment, which happened in the northeastern section of Philadelphia, specifically an area called Bridesburg. A very devastating accident that happened. It was a derailment of 7 cars, 7-car unit, including the engine, which devastated the first 3 cars. If you look at the succession of the Amtrak train, your first car behind your engine is the business class, and then you have the quiet car, and you have the regular coach behind that one there. And the quiet car, the middle car, it seems to be the car that was completely demolished, that was bent up, and this was horrendous. So we have a total of eight people that passed away in that particular situation. As far as updated news, this happened, by the way, on the Tuesday night pass, and it was just devastating to everyone. The train number was train 188, which is a train that departs Washington, D.C. at 7:10 p.m. This is a daily train that runs from Monday to Friday, train 188. It derailed along the nation's busiest tracks that is called the Northeast Corridor, and the National Transportation and Safety Board, a gentleman by the name of Robert Sumwalt, said that the engineer was, well, not so much the engineer, but the train was operating excess of 106 miles an hour on a 50-mile-an-hour curve, which in turn just, and you can't do anything to bevel that because, as we know, trains don't have steering wheels. So therefore, when you hit the curve, there's no way you can kind of curve the train itself. But the wheels are going to go the way the track goes, and if you don't have the speed to maintain the track, the wheels are going to hypothetically keep going forward, which it did. And the engine separated from the train, and the other cars buckled. And all 7 cars were laid over on their side, and which is called a zigzag motion, which was very horrendous. I mean, when you first heard about the accident, you kind of hear about derailments usually just any time a wheel drops off a train onto a track, and this in the railroad industry happens a lot. But this was more than a derailment. This was really considered a crash for all intents and purposes, just because of the devastatingness of it, which ripped out the tracks. It ripped out the rocks underneath the tracks, which is called the ballast. It also pulled down the catenary poles. Catenary is the electricity that's provided that the engine attaches to, that it runs off of, that supplies the motor, and the motor pulls the cars. You know, as we all know, a train is 2 different aspects. There's a motor and there's cars. You have the motor that pulls the cars. The cars have no power. They're just pulled. And everything just went in succession following the engine. And when the engine goes crazy, the cars don't know what to do. They just tumble over and fall and follow suit and follow sequence of everything else. They've gotten the event recorder. They were saying black box on TV, but the black boxes is more in your airplanes. On the train, it's called an event recorder. And they download that like anything else, which determines speed, motion, and things of this nature. And there's also a front recorder on the engine where it records things, so that'd be very traumatic to look at. But I'm sure the professionals and the hierarchies of Amtrak have analyzed all these things. And right now, the Northeast Corridor is a stretch of railroad that goes from Washington, D.C. to Boston, Massachusetts. And right now, there's a gap in the action. Amtrak is still trying to bevel things by running trains from Boston to Philadelphia, Washington to Philadelphia. Things are turning, not Philadelphia, sorry. Things coming from the northern end is going from Boston to Trenton, New Jersey, and turn around in Trenton. And things coming from the south are going from Washington to Philadelphia. The area happened right beyond Philadelphia. After you leave Philadelphia, before you get to North Philadelphia, which is a small station right after you leave Philadelphia. North Philadelphia also is a station that during the days of heavy racism, this is where black folks got on a train as opposed to getting on a train at 30th Street Station. They got on at North Philly. That's where our North Philly station was first created, was to satisfy the minority people, because the people of the Caucasian persuasion got on the train at 30th Street. Just give you a little history on North Philadelphia Station. That's where it came from.
So that's how that worked, huh?
That's how it worked.
Wow.
Anyway, you got a question, comment, give us a call, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
And press 1.
Well, let me, Papa, let me read a statement from the CEO of Amtrak, Joseph Broadman. He released a statement about the crash that was on Tuesday, saying the company takes full responsibility and deeply apologizes for our role in this tragic event. So, I don't know. He might have been kind of premature in talking, because you have to, be careful what you say in the beginning, because that could be held against you, as they say in court of law. I'm no lawyer, but I look at Law and Order, so
Well, NTSB have made their determinations based on the speed of the curve, and as far as things are concerned, I think that somewhere buried into the bowels of Amtrak, there's some kind of a slush fund, I'm sure, for people and lawsuits and things of that nature. I'm sure there's money that's set aside for such events, and Amtrak, as far as just knowledge on the surface, I haven't heard of any major accidents recently, so therefore there should be something stockpiled in there, but this kind of thing can't keep happening. I'm sure if they admitted full responsibility for this one, right, once they get done paying out all whatever they're going to pay out for this particular situation with 8 deaths and things of this nature, because no money can satisfy people losing their loved ones. But once they get done paying out this particular situation, I don't think they'll be too free to say that we're, like you said, they won't be too free to say that we're totally responsible for it because they look at the receipt and the till of what it costs to cover this accident.
Well,
and it's never done because litigation goes on forever.
We're talking about lawsuits. An employee that works for Amtrak, his name is Bruce Phillips. His lawsuit, he's suing already. He alleges he suffered severe injuries, including a traumatic brain injury, and was violently hurled about the rail car, striking his body on numerous parts of his rail car interior before slamming into the floor. He asked for more than $150,000 in anticipated lost wages. This is according to his lawsuit. His name is Bruce Phillips. So this should be interesting how this should turn out here.
Yeah, because it's so interesting because people never know who's on that train. You know, they have a manifest that has to do with regular passengers, but then you have employees, people going home, people doing things, going to work. You know, if you work out of New York, per se, that train is a train that probably would satisfy people. It left at 7 o'clock out of D.C., so it probably gets into New York 10:30ish, 11:15. So any employee that lives in Philadelphia that may be commuting to New York City, that's the train they catch every night routinely.
Right.
So I'm sure there was some employees nestled in there, but they can only speak on people that's on the manifest. I'm sure his situation will be something that once proven that he was on there, they'll justify that. But right now they're focusing on definite manifest passengers. And
right. Well, Amtrak is also saying that service between New York and Philadelphia was expected to be suspended through next Monday, while repairs were made to the affected track, Amtrak said in the statement. So,
and also the president said that the fail-safe system will be installed by the end of the year in that particular area. This is a system where if a train does not approach a speed restriction when it's supposed to, it will automatically break down the train or there's a fail-safe system that will override things and bring the train to a stop. It's just sort of a mind-reading kind of thing, or
I mean, the way technology is, wouldn't you think that somebody would have thought of that already?
Well, people sleep on things. They sleep on things, and they feel like...
Well, they've installed them in other places around the country.
Right.
But for whatever reason, it hasn't been installed up and down the Northeast Corridor.
Well, I have been hearing some reports that Amtrak, they're not going bankruptcy, but they're either losing money or it's just not enough money, I guess, to maintain what needs to be maintained. And the government or Congress has been putting them off for the past 7 years. So, you know.
Didn't they just vote to cut their budget too? There was a vote, I believe, this week, like in the last day or so, that their federal funding was reduced.
Right.
So I don't know how they're going to be expected to, as Pharaoh did to the Egyptians, make more bricks with less straw.
I know, that's right.
But somehow they're going to have to make it work.
I guess more slaves, as they did back in the day, huh?
Well, the only thing is that that's illegal now.
Well, now.
So I don't know how they're going to work that out.
In what country?
Okay. All right, Ketel. I'm messing with you. Well, look, I got a story for you. Did you all see that video of the Georgia educator who was singled out about making the comment about, look at all the black people leaving?
Wow, no.
See, what had happened was it was a graduation, and her name is Nancy Gordick. She was also the principal at TNT Academy in Stone Mountain. So what happened was she made the mistake of dismissing the graduation ceremony before the valedictorian spoke. And when she caught her mistake, she tried to get everybody to come back and sit down, but she dismissed people. So what happened was after she said, okay, well, you know, I'm dismissing, you can, however she dismissed people, people got up and started leaving. And then she said, oh, wait, my mistake, we didn't hear from the valedictorian. Some people continued moving. Some people came back to their seat. Then she opened her mouth and said, look at who's leaving, all the black people. And that started up a firestorm. So then some of the black people who had not already gotten up then got up and left out of just being disgusted and being ticked off at her.
Well,
and then white people got up and left. How long what?
How loud does it come out verbally?
She said it in the microphone.
Ooh.
She was up there at the podium trying to introduce the valedictorian, but she made the mistake of dismissing everybody, and then she was like, whoops, my bad, I forgot about the valedictorian. and people were already in motion, and she was trying to get people to come back, and some people were like, you know what, I'm out. And then she said, look at who's leaving, all the black people.
Wow.
So, that lit a firecracker up under her backside. So then she came back later on and said, okay, she apologized and all. She just said, well, when I looked up and I saw it was the black families leaving, and thus I made that comment. I didn't know black people was a racist term. She said, it's not like I said N-word, because that's not even in my vocabulary.
That was her only explanation?
Yeah.
But you know what? It's like this. You can think things, but some things shouldn't be said. And that's my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
If you saw what was going on, you could have said, wait a minute, we're not finished, yada yada. But why? Once you put the black word or the white word in there, I don't care. It goes both ways.
Exactly.
People feel offended. So, so what happened with her?
So she has been fired. Is the bottom line.
Okay.
She did apologize. She said she didn't mean it as a racist term or anything like that.
Did you say what her apology statement was or anything? They talk about that?
She just said she apologized for her quote-unquote racist comment and asked people to forgive her. But then in a letter obtained by one of the NBC affiliates, they said that in light of recent events, that the educator would continue to prioritize support for the most recent graduates. But in the meantime, the founder of the, it says that she was booted. Oh, yeah. She was booted by the board of directors. And, of course, her comments and the video went viral. So it was all over the Internet probably within an hour of her saying it.
Wow.
So,
powerful, yeah.
She got fired for it.
I wonder how long has she been there?
I don't know how long she's been there. But however long she had been there, she's not there now.
I know, that's right.
She is up out of there.
Wow. And that was in Atlanta, Georgia?
This was in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Okay. Must be up in Hicktown.
I guess out somewhere down in Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah, the reporters went by her house trying to get a comment from her, and her husband came to the door and said that she was just too emotionally drained to speak to them.
I can imagine. She's still talking about them black people.
I suppose. They said she's just frustrated. She's just frustrated by the whole thing, and she was saying that it was a terrible mistake on her part at the graduation ceremony, and then she said the devil was in the house and came out from my mouth. I deeply apologize for my racist comment and hope that forgiveness is in your hearts. We all make mistakes, and anyone who knows me realizes that I try my hardest to work with the students for them to obtain their goal of a high school diploma.
Well, who does she sound like?
Blah, blah, blah.
That sounds like Geraldine. The devil made me do it.
Yeah, I guess the devil made
me do it.
She said the devil was up in there and came out of her mouth.
By the way, tonight we have a live audience. We have people in the audience tonight. Audience?
Are you
here?
They're walking around.
Happy audience, yeah. And one of our audience members brought their beautiful child here tonight, who's 1.5 years old. And
she is.
You must have heard her
in
name.
the background. Very, very non-discriminative. So God bless the fact that she's healthy and she's making noise. And one day she'll listen to this recording and hear herself on here and say, "Wow, that was me as a child." I would say, yes, it was.
All right.
And the three of us will probably be in a wheelchair saying, "Yes, that was you." Anyway.
Speak for yourself, Papa. Speak for yourself.
Okay.
So if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, you want to just listen in, or you want to press 1, as Redwine says.
Press 1.
Give us a call, 914-803-4306.
Press 1.
Okay, press 1. She keeps saying press 1, so.
Yes, press 1.
You guys, we're going to take a little CC break. You guys didn't miss me last week?
Of course we missed you.
Whatever.
Tell us about your mission.
I'll tell you when we come back from our CC break.
Okay, we'll be right back.
I can't help the thing that I feel for you.
Hey, this is singer-songwriter Lena Chanel. I love to tune into the Pajama Party on my Friday nights away from the studio. It is hilarious and up to date with all the new spill. Happy birthday, Pajama Party, and keep doing what you do. I'll be listening in my PJs.
on my mind. I just don't know why. You've been on my mind.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And,
you and that French guy still together?
Oh, yes. I saw Pierre day before yesterday.
I bet.
He gave me a new beret.
I bet he did.
And some wine.
What are you sipping on?
It's called Sangua de Judas.
Well, she drops with bull semen.
We got to start with the bull semen.
I'm not messing with y'all. Well, that's where I came from, the bull semen convention, as you guys know. And I don't have anything to report. I bought, matter of fact, I bought Poppa DD some bull semen back to put on his hair.
For my hair?
Yeah, let his hair grow.
My hair is growing.
And I gave some to Redwine. I don't know what she did with that.
It's a secret.
Maybe her and Pierre, whatever, did whatever.
I'll let you know later if it works.
Bring me back some America's Next Top Model semen.
Oh, gosh.
How about that?
Before I get into the next hot topic, we have a 1-year anniversary coming up.
Yay.
A Pajama Party online radio show. We will be 1 year old in June. We're having an event on Saturday, June the 20th at 9 p.m. to 1, or until they put us out probably. It's going to be at the other White Mansion, not the one on 16th and Penn, so don't go knocking on that door.
Don't jump the fence, please.
It's the other White Mansion, the 1410 Missouri Avenue Northwest, and you can check out tickets online at www.apajamaparty.com, or you can give me, Poppa, or Ketel. I am Ketel. Ketel or Redwine. There's another Ketel.
The other Ketel.
The other Ketel. Redwine or Poppa DD a call. The numbers are on our website. So it's www.apajamaparty.com. So save the date, June 20th. All right. This next hot topic, you guys are going to cringe on this one. Wisconsin wants to add new restrictions on what the poor can buy with food stamps.
Excuse me?
I don't understand. The list of things lawmakers are seeking to prevent poor people from doing with government assistance seems to grow day by day. So what they're saying is, under the proposal, people couldn't buy crabs, lobster, or other shellfish with food stamps and would have to spend 2/3 of their benefits on produce, beef, pork, poultry, potatoes, dairy products, or food available under the Women, Infants, and Children Nutrition Program. So we probably know who these these lawmakers are.
Yeah,
Republicans.
a
bunch of crap.
Yeah, it is. It says there is a direct financial benefit not just to the individual, which of course is obvious to have been health, but also to state taxpayers and society as well. This was the Speaker Robin Voss. He's a Republican, of course. So this is what they're trying to pass. What you think, Rewan?
I think that is the most absurd thing that I've heard, at least today. What gives them the right to tell anybody, if we're going to give you a benefit for you to buy food, now they want to regulate what kind of food you can buy?
Yeah.
Does anybody regulate what they buy?
That's a good point.
So why do you want to regulate what the so-called poor people are buying?
Well, my take on it is, quote unquote, they think the average poor person is black.
Yeah, that's the whole underlining of it.
That's a misconception right there.
Their thing is, as far as what they can buy, as far as the crabs and the this and that, they predominantly white, I think that they think the seafood is a delicacy, or it's a step up from what they could buy. So now you're trying to regulate that. Here again, I'm thinking on the lines of Poppa DD. He's like, okay, they're always trying to push us down. In some capacity. So now you're going to regulate what I can buy now?
See, I'm with that.
Kiss it.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
I can understand if they said you can't use food stamps to buy cigarettes or even alcohol for that matter because they're food stamps. So I get that.
Right.
But now you want to regulate what type of food I can buy?
I don't get it.
I don't get that either.
And they claim that they're saying that I guess they want it to be nutritional.
The majority of America doesn't buy nutritional. That's why obesity is at the level it is.
So maybe that's what they're trying to stop. Is it?
Oh, so they're going to start with poor people? You're going to pick on the poor people and say, look, the rest of us are going to get fat as a tick, but y'all going to have to get it together and trim it down, eat a little healthier because we say so? I don't think so. And see, the other problem I have is with that WIC program. I know a couple of people who receive WIC benefits, and they were telling me how difficult it is sometimes to utilize the benefit because they're so specific about what brand you can buy, how many ounces you're supposed to get of a certain product. Yes. You know, like I don't want to call out anybody's products because we're not advertising for them unless they pay us. Hello.
I know that.
So I'll just say if they say you can buy brand A canned peaches, but it has to be a 5-ounce can, well, if you pick up a 7-ounce can, that's not part of the WIC program. You can't get that with that WIC voucher. You got to get the one that's the 5-ounce one if that's what it says on the voucher. And if the store doesn't have the 5-ounce one, then you just can't get canned peaches that day. And if you decide I don't like peaches, I'd rather have pears. If pears are not part of the WIC voucher program, you can't buy pears instead. You would think if it's canned fruit, what difference does it make?
Right.
But they have very specific things on fresh fruit, specific things you can get.
I wonder why is that? Is it that a particular brand or company is trying to monopolize on this particular program, or they are the only companies that participate, I guess, in these programs?
I don't know. It starts to make me wonder if there's certain companies that are receiving certain benefits or being in the program, and to block out the other companies, they say, look, we'll be in it, but you got to let us be the exclusive provider for certain products.
And that goes back to, I believe Poppa DD was talking about that, how it's going to be probably 2 or 3 companies and people monopolizing.
That could be.
You know, that's not right. Want to put them on the kiss it list?
Yeah, I think so. Where's the kiss it list? Put the WIC program on there. And these Republicans that are trying to regulate what people can eat.
I know
and
that.
Buy with their vouchers and stuff.
How we spell WIC? W-I-C-K or W-I-C?
W-I-C. It stands for Women, Infants, and Children.
I don't know. It might be W-I-C-K. The K
hey,
is
you know,
for
Redwine.
kissing.
You've been hooking and crooking on the side.
No, I just happen to know people who know people, and I know things. Don't hate, appreciate.
You know somebody to know somebody to know somebody.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Redwine out there buying some WIC tickets in front of the supermarket.
I don't know. Pierre might have something to do with that.
I don't ever buy anything.
Right.
Let's get that straight.
Now, we talked about the one story earlier concerning the teacher that was saying the black people leaving now.
Look at all the black people leaving.
Now, let's talk about a black professor on the comments that she made. This black professor regrets the comments that was critical of white students. She's in Boston, an incoming Boston University professor who called white college males a problem population.
Really?
And was publicized critically by the university's president. Said on Tuesday that she regrets making the comments. She was a black sociology professor. Her name is Saudia Grundy, who completed her doctorate at the University of Michigan last year. Had declared on her own private Twitter account that white masculinity is the problem for American colleges.
Oh, wow.
Another recent tweet, she said that she's tired of dealing with bleeping white people.
What?
Yeah, she's saying that slavery. She's saying slavery is a y'all thing. And every Martin Luther King week, I commit myself to not spending a dime in a white-owned business.
Is she black or?
And every year I find it nearly possible because white folks own everything, she said.
Ooh,
wow.
She on Tuesday said events in the United States over last year have made the inconvenient matter of race an unavoidable topic, but she expresses remorse over what she said. I regret that my personal passion about issues surrounding these events led me to speak about them, being just uncompassionate, so to speak. She said in a statement.
It kind of goes back to what I said. You a lot of things you can't say.
Yeah.
It's just...
So wait a minute. So she said it like she was loud and strong and proud about it. Then she backed down.
But then somebody say, you like that paycheck you getting every 2 weeks?
Somebody told her to back down.
Wow.
She don't want to get fired like the other teacher.
Oh well.
Well, there's no report of her losing her job or anything. They have they got supporters that started a hashtag I Stand With Saudia. They launched it online. Petition that notes the university, the largest in the Massachusetts in terms of enrollment. And it's a place where the Reverend Martin Luther King earned his doctorate as well.
Wow.
So she wasn't cited for anything because Martin Luther King has some legs in that particular area and at that particular college. So it would be very contradictory for firing somebody who is making a statement at the very same college that Martin Luther King went to himself.
Right.
So she's safe in that degree.
Interesting.
But she's pissed. She said that white males they just be going around acting the fool.
We have to stay up on that. I'm
yeah, we will.
Interested.
Well, we've certainly seen enough displays of that behavior.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, people can get mad, but it's the truth.
Both sides of the spectrum, huh? Wow. Wow. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
Press 1.
Redwine says press 1. You got to press 1 if you want to get in the queue and talk to us tonight. We want to hear from you tonight. You guys want to know where to get your pajama party tickets for the June 20th event, or if you want to just, talk about what's going on, as Papa say.
Air your dirty laundry.
He said air the dirty laundry.
Not mine.
Go ahead, Redwine. What you got on the dirty laundry?
I have none.
I have none. But we're going to take a little CC break, and we're going to come back with the Hit It or Quit It headlines. So we'll be right back.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. This is Redwine, or as they say in Paris, Je suis vin rouge. Join me every Friday right here on A Pajama Party, where I'll get on my rant, sit on my little bar stool, and give you my opinion on whatever has been bugging me or whatever's on my mind this week. You don't want to miss it. I know I won't. So be here with me every Friday, Redwine, on the Pajama Party Show. Visit us on www.apajamaparty.com and check us out. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right. And what we got going on there, Ketel? Redwine. Who's?
Okay, get us straight now. I got some Hit It and Quit It. My favorite.
Oh, boy.
Hit It and Quit It. Did you all catch the Prince rally for the Rally for Peace in Baltimore on Mother's Day this past Sunday? For everybody that was fortunate enough to get tickets to the event on Mother's Day, his Purple Badness performed in what he called a Rally for Peace on May the 10th at the Royal Farms Arena, downtown Baltimore. He performed for more than 2 hours with no opening act and no intermission. After the third encore, he left the stage and people started chanting, "No curfew, no curfew," which was a defiant call that Prince had been using all night in reference to the citywide 10 p.m. lockdown that the mayor had imposed on the residents. And he had mentioned it to open the show as well. And he said, well, since there ain't no curfew, I'm not sure how long we're going to go. And every time he came back on stage for his curtain call, and the lights came back up, you could see him again, and he would say, "No curfew," kind of teasing everybody in the audience. And then he came up to the mic on that last curtain call and said, "I could get used to this." So he told everybody that we're here for you. We are your servants. And he was there with his band, Third Eye Girl. And he also brought a couple of guests with him. He had Dougie Fresh, Miguel, and Estelle. And he played a variety of songs. He included some of his hits like Kiss, When Doves Cry, The Beautiful Ones, 1999, Purple Rain, amongst a bunch of other hits. And he was basically just talking about, in between the songs, he was talking about what happened with Freddie Gray in Baltimore and how he was standing with everybody in Baltimore. And he reassured everybody that it was going to be all right. He said, we're going to fix it this time. We're going to figure it out. And it's going to take the young people to fix it. We need new ideas and we need new life. And most importantly, we need new peace. And he was careful to spell out that he meant P-I-E-C-E, not peace as in quiet. And he stressed the importance of community members increasing their stake in the city of residence. And he said, the next time I come to Baltimore, I want to stay in a hotel that's owned by one of you. And I want to get a car service that's driven and promoted, the concert promotion and everything, operated by one of the young Baltimoreans. So the show ended around midnight, 2 hours past the alleged 10 o'clock curfew, basically as an act of rebellion. But that's how Prince rolls.
No.
So everybody said the concert, of course, was off the chain. Everybody loved it. Shout out to Prince. What's happening, Prince?
Did you go?
Call me later.
Did you go?
No, I wasn't able to attend. I went to a different concert that night, which was really good too. But
you go to your baby daddy's concert?
No, I didn't go see him that night.
Pierre would have been mad.
Well, you know how that goes. Can't please everybody.
That's right.
Moving on.
Okay.
What you got, Ketel?
I got a hot one here. Verizon Wireless Sprint settle allegations of bogus charges. They got it, finally. Verizon Wireless will pay $90 million and Sprint $68 million to settle charges that the mobile giants allowed phony charges on their customers' monthly bills so they could keep up a cut of the profit. The two mobile providers had partnered with third-party vendors that sell premium text messaging services, such as the daily horoscope, trivia, and sports scores. But consumers who hadn't signed up for the services were being billed anyway. Typically, it was about $9.99 a month, according to the Federal Communications Commission. So Sprint spokesman Jeffrey Silva said the company had already returned tens of millions of dollars to its customers. Yeah, right. So this settlement gives our customers who believe they were wrongfully billed for premium text messaging services the ability to get a refund and allows Sprint to continue to focus on enhancing the customer's experience. That's what Sprint says, and Verizon, their spokesperson said the settlement reflects Verizon's continued focus on putting customers first. But she added the company had rigorously protected its customers from unauthorized charges. Yeah. But you're paying out the yang. Okay.
So this is to settle the thing that came out. We covered this story a while back.
Yes.
When they got caught for sliding in those little crazy charges on people.
Yep.
Like horoscopes and games and some other stuff that people didn't actually buy, but it was on their bill.
How much did they collect on this?
$9.99 a month per person. So
that's crazy.
Yep, between Verizon and Sprint. But you know what? Sometimes you do receive text messages on your phone, and it says if you're interested, press 1. If you're not, press 2. And a lot of people, not sure what to press, they may press the wrong thing, and they're being billed. But they don't realize it until the time comes when the bill comes, like, okay, what is this $9.99 charge? But, you might have pressed the wrong button and said, okay, I want a trial service. But sometimes when you do the trial service, they tell you to call back or, to cancel it. A lot of people don't do that.
Well, a lot of times, too, they get you because you get those free trials.
Right.
And when you press that button on your phone,
correct,
they already have your billing information because you're billing it not on a credit card, but on your Sprint or your Verizon bill.
Correct.
Or whoever your carrier, and they say, okay, it's free 30 days, and if you don't cancel after that, we're going to start billing you.
Yeah.
And if you don't pay attention to it, you won't even notice.
Exactly.
And next thing you know, this thing is showing up on your bill, and if you're not paying attention to every line item on your bill, it may be 3, 4, 5 months before you realize it.
So it's like a 50-50 thing. If you don't pay attention to it, they're going to take advantage of it. And they probably got together and said, look, we can make some money. That sounds like this boxing thing that I'll cover later on Hollywood Wrap-Up. But
here's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that seem to you, now maybe it's just me, but doesn't it seem to you like that should be against the law? Why are they just paying fees? Why isn't somebody going to jail for that?
Well, now, that's a good question.
I mean, doesn't that seem like they're stealing in some way?
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like they're literally reaching into your wallet, taking your money. Last I looked, that's called theft.
But that's why the Federal Commission, they finally got him. Federal Communications Commission.
Yeah, but who's
Federal
doing jail time?
Commission.
Who's going to jail? That's my question.
Okay, here again, the quote-unquote big companies.
And see, that's not right. There are people sitting in jail now for snatching purses. They snatch money out of my purse.
Isn't that a trip? Yeah.
But they're not going to jail.
You got a good point.
People snatch $20 off of somebody's pocket, pickpockets and whatnot, but they went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to understand how does the so-called justice system work?
I know.
Or is this another instance of justice is only when it's just us?
Ooh.
Is that what the problem is?
Ooh,
it's just them. They don't get just us. Only just us. Justice is for just us.
That's a good point.
That's some bull.
It is. I agree with you on that.
I'm just saying.
Somebody has to be accountable for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So who's accountable for it?
Yeah.
Oh, they think their checkbook is accountable. They say, okay, we'll just write a check. We'll pay out the fee, and now it's all good. Y'all just keep paying your bill every month, and it's all right.
They should be put on what they call it,
the kiss it list.
Yeah, that. I'll kiss it. The Better Business Bureau is our kiss it list. Here you go, Redwine. Put on the kiss it list.
Yeah, let me put them on the kiss it list.
But
who's that? Verizon and Sprint.
But apparently enough people have called probably the BBB, the Better Business Bureau, and complained, and that's why the Federal Communications Commission checked it out, and they found out these bogus charges. So you're right.
So maybe everybody who's in jail now for stealing money from people needs to get the lawyers that they used.
Well, now
to get them out of the.
So this fine, who's it going back to? Who's that money going to? Slush fund of the government or what?
That's a good question.
Very good question.
It must be going back. It sounds like it should be credited back to the
Indiana?
customer.
It seems like it.
The customer.
Going back.
So if that's a good question.
Yeah, how they gonna figure out who gets what?
Yeah. I guess they have to go through each bill, and it should calculate it.
Oh, that'll only take, 10 years?
Oh, okay, here it is. Let me keep reading. I'm sorry. Most of the money paid by the providers under the settlement will be used to refund dubbed customers. Verizon, the 90 million settlement stipulates that at least $70 million will go towards a consumer redress program, whatever that is. $16 million will go to the states, and $4 million is for fines. Sprint's $68 million settlement includes $50 million for a consumer program, $12 million for state government, and $6 million in fines. So you still not telling me where exactly it's going to go.
No, that's a bunch of crap.
That's what I say.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
So $12 million for state governments. Who's the quote-unquote state government? And we the people, for the people, by the people, and $6 million in fines. Okay, y'all just.
So the governor gonna get a $12 million check from
from Sprint and
Verizon, and what is he gonna do with it?
That's what I'm saying.
Please.
So I guess the customers will get what, maybe a 1 or 2%.
He gonna use it to fix some potholes after the snowstorm.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm over it. What you got, dear Papa?
Well, let's see here. I got the $20 bill, the 20 spot. The main thing that comes out of the, as we say up in the Philly land, the Mac machine. I found out the term Mac machine is not worldwide. You ever notice that? I mean, back in the day, we used to say, I'm going to go tap Mac. And a lot of people don't know what that means.
Explain it.
Do you know what it means, Redwine?
That might be another show.
I think I know what it is. You don't mean like a machine that Big Macs come out of, do you?
No.
Well, what is it?
Redwine.
What's the article about then, Papa? You said 20.
Anyway, back in the day, we used to say, gotta go tap Mac. Tap Mac means you go tap for money. It was a money access machine. I think in D.C. they called it a, what's the term they call?
ATM machine.
The ATM, but D.C. used something called kilo or something, not kilo.
That's a whole other thing.
Cocaine term. It was called.
Where are you, Papa?
Or something.
It's an ATM, as far as I know.
No, it used to be called something else. Keep or keep or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know what I'm sitting here with these people. They have no memory of anything.
Nah, we're not that old, Papa. Anyway.
They're fresh on
maybe that was before our time.
They're fresh on the prescription of Alzheimer's medicine. Anyway, tap Mac mean go to Mac machine, get you some money. Money access card is what you use to tap Mac.
Okay.
That was up north.
Okay.
And then they changed it to a little job name called ATM or money access or what have you. But anyway, when you tap Mac, usually a Mac machine comes out in $20 dimensions. And when the $20 bill comes out, the world's famous Andrew Jackson is up on the joint. He got the wild hair and the high cheekbones. He looks like the Jack on a deck of cards. You ever look at a deck of cards, you see the Jack on there? Well, take the hat off the Jack and you got
Jackson.
Jackson. Anyway,
Okay.
that's just my theory on it. Anyway, they had a contest because people started saying they need some females on some money. I don't know why that's the case because females take your money real easy on their own. They really don't need their picture on it because they gotta
watch it, Papa. Watch it.
That's what you gonna go with?
Watch it. You between both of us, you better watch it.
You hold them and I'll smack them.
If y'all hear something crash, okay.
You know what it was.
Papa may not come back. Come on, Papa.
Oh no.
Women have no problem separating you from your money, so there's no reason why our picture should be on it. Unless the picture of the person that separated you from your money is on your money. But anyway, let's get back to the story.
Whose picture gonna be on it, Papa?
I'm cracking my.
Whose picture gonna be on it, Papa?
Harriet Tubman.
Yay.
She's the woman that led people to the Underground Railroad. If people don't understand what that means, that was a way to manipulate people by going through a certain passageway that was created to get black folks free from slavery so they can step into their own world and try to find their families and get their life back into perspective because they were shanghaied, BS, manipulated, bamboozled, and taken away from their loved ones. And now they got the nerve.
The noise.
The nerve. A heart, a home, a brain. The nerve. They got the nerve.
Cut off. I don't know what you sipping over there.
Wait a minute. See, the problem with Ketel and Redwine, they cannot distinguish my cleverness.
Is that what it is?
From my bourgeoisness.
Okay.
He's terribly clever.
Yes.
You've been hanging out with people.
See, when I get clever and I get clever and I get sophisticated and I get bourgeoisness, they think I'm drunk. Are they kidding me? Please.
Tell us about the 20.
I pour Hennessy on my pancakes.
Okay.
Just so y'all know.
And
anyway,
what about the 20?
$20 bill is now going to be, I don't know when it's going to be in effect. Nobody said when it's going to come into play. But $20 bill, as far as women are concerned, is going to possess the face of Harriet Tubman.
Yay.
But the picture they showed of Harriet Tubman, though, man, she's in her own garb. It's like she's in her work uniform getting them through the tunnel.
See what I'm saying? Why are you joning on Harry?
Well, I have to admit, it was a rough picture that they showed.
It's always a rough picture. I haven't seen nothing soft. It is what it is.
My recommendation, for one,
see what I'm saying?
is
Photoshop?
to take that scarf off her hair. Let us see her hair. Okay, go send her to the beauty salon. Give her a little makeover, okay? Put some Vaseline on those little.
That's kind of too late right now.
Photoshop.
Yeah, that's what we can do right now, Papa.
Now, we're saying all this in love. We're saying all this in love. Don't get us wrong.
Shout out to Harriet.
Yeah.
Right. Put some Vaseline on those lips. Okay. Get her hair done. Get her, we call that a mani and a petty.
I ain't messing with y'all.
But you know what? On that topic,
no more
Raven Simone got a lot of heat on The View for her comments regarding this, because when they were talking about it, she spoke up and said one of the people who was being considered was Rosa Parks. When they were looking at the women that could be possibly considered. Right. So Raven Simone said that she felt that it should have been Rosa Parks. And when they asked her why, she said because she felt that Rosa Parks was more contemporary and that Rosa Parks was more progressive. And people have ripped her a new one all over.
Rosa was not the first person that didn't give up her seat. And if you read the history books of blackness, she was not.
People were upset at what Raven said. And my thing is, you know what? That's the whole point of The View, is issuing their point of view, whether you agree or disagree.
Right.
And I mean, you would think that she called Miss Rosa like a bad word.
Rose, first of all,
I'm like, okay, if you disagree, fine.
That's her opinion.
Raven Simone has grew up into something that I don't understand. Okay.
I don't think she understands.
I keep thinking about the little girl that walked around in the pajamas with the feet in them. She was so cute on the Cosby Show. When she grew those big ass titties,
oh my Lord,
is another story. I mean, she's got to wear them.
That has nothing to do with her ideas.
She's got to wear clothes like Whoopi Goldberg, because man, that girl is like.
But you know, sometimes people.
I'm making jokes, but anyway.
But sometimes people do want to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
And they do different things to bring that attention to them.
So being more controversial.
Exactly.
There you go.
But you know, first of all, Raven. First of all, in my opinion, I think that. The sadness of her was one. I think that she was one reason why the Cosby Show went down as early as it did.
Do you really?
Of course, because they took lines away from Rudy. When Raven came along, everybody thought she was so cute, so cute, so cute. And then she carried that cuteness to her adult life, and she became such a confused child actor. And then she went to Disney for a minute, and Disney was messing with her till she became like a double D. Then they said, fuck it. Once you got to that E, girl, we got to let you go, because the titties are scaring them kids on Saturday morning.
But I think a lot of times studios don't know how to classify a particular individual and the things that they're trying to do with them. They don't know which direction to take them. So, I mean, you might have a good point there, Papa, about that, about the...
What about the breastises?
No, her growth. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that to make jokes or say anything.
They might not have been able to categorize her. That's what
exactly, because even though she was on, remember she was on, you know, ABC Family and all that stuff that came on. What was that little show?
That's So Raven.
Yeah, That's So Raven. That's So Raven. Then all of a sudden the titties started growing and growing, and the producers were saying, "What?"
Yeah, the Cheetah Girls were movies that they did. I think in between That's So Raven.
Weren't you one of the Cheetah Girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the whole thing about it, but getting back to the serious things, they gave her more lines than they gave Rudy. Rudy had no lines. After a while, then she became the child of, what's her name?
Denise. And,
the one that, there's the guy that played.
The guy who died, didn't he?
The guy who was the sailor.
Yeah, the military.
The military guy and Lisa Bonet.
Yeah,
what's her name?
Denise. That was her character, Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, right. Denise and
so maybe we should vote her to be on the $20 bill. Huh?
Who? Lisa Bonet?
Raven.
Oh God.
She was crazy, and I think somebody punched her in the eye because they were advertising some sunglasses, and it's really interesting that when they were advertising the sunglasses that day, that was very apropos because Raven looked like she had a shiner in her eye. I'm telling you, one of them gay girls hit her ass. I'm telling you, I know what happened.
We got so far with the $20 bill, but you guys got any questions?
Oh yeah, by the way, you're right.
Comments and what we're talking about, please hit us up at 914-803-4306.
And press 1, please.
But Tubman, she garnered 118,000 votes, and she beat out Eleanor Roosevelt
Oh, okay.
Over 111,227. But the interesting thing about this on the
still talking about the $20 bill? Papa?
Yeah, $20 bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The interesting thing about this here, dig this here. You see, a lot of people, they can't vote on things or understand things because they're not familiar with their time frame. Now you say something about Eleanor Roosevelt to somebody like a Raven Simone, it's way over her head.
Oh, sure.
But come to find out that Raven Simone was a big supporter of black people, and so was Teddy. They were very, very some people really liked black people back in the day. Believe me. And and Teddy and Eleanor were two of them. This is why you got schools named after them at black kids in black neighborhoods.
Oh, sure.
You cannot sell a school. You cannot sell a Mitt Romney school in a black neighborhood.
I don't really think it was
Sammy? I mean,
that was a black and white issue back then. I think it was more of a economic thing because I just saw something on Teddy Roosevelt and his wife, and he was more about economics. He saw how economics had to grow, and the eclectic of people that came on the boats and everything, like in New York City. He said this is the only way that things are going to be able to move. If we help,
we got to bring these people up to speed.
Right, if you help those impoverished
areas. Just his life. We spend so much money on these different wars, Iraq, Afghanistan. We still have vehicles over there, Humvees and everything.
But no, I'm just saying that because he came from a different class of people. He was from the quote-unquote rich. And then when I think his wife had opened his eyes to that type of living, I guess, impoverished that type of living, then he was like, okay, well, we need to do something to make the economy go. Right. And that was pretty interesting.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. But I think we're going to take a little CC break. I think Papa done wore us out on that $20 bill. Here's the we're going to come back. Probably what's popping with you, Papa?
Yeah, might as well. I won't be long.
Okay.
All right.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show. And we're here with our PJs on because we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives. So send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
All right, we're back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. And I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
Yeah, the crew's back in the chair. We're going to talk about what's popping tonight. I want to focus on something. I won't take a lot of your time. I think I played my hand a little bit on that $20 bill. I love $20 bills. I think they're the most beautiful creatures on the planet. Anyway, let's talk about culture differences. Culture differences. Let's talk about the roller skates and the ice skates. That's how much culture differences are. This is why there haven't been a lot of black people on major hockey teams, which they are now, though. A couple teams got some really good black players. The team out of Washington, D.C., as well as the Rangers, have a couple really good black players. Anyway, cultural differences. We'll talk about the NFL in relatively to that. You had Ray Rice, who was in a situation that we all saw on camera. Personally, I think they both was drunk, in my opinion. And I think that she came over to him. I think it was more where her face hit his fist. She came to his side of the elevator and he kind of just reached out and swung, and she went down, and everybody just made an issue of it being the one thing we can't do is follow other people's leads. Whatever you feel how it went on the elevator, let that be your opinion of it. But don't side with everybody, because some people are just, they want to see a black man falter, period. But when I saw him get on the elevator on that other vehicle, on the other video, they both were drunk. They both were stepping high and stepping crazy. And they were rich at the time, so they were probably at a bar at the casino drinking the best shit you could drink. You know what I mean? The top shelf stuff that some of us don't get to drink, that kind of stuff where you drink 1, 2 shots and you're done. And he went mosey, and he probably said something to a chick at the bar or what have you, so they had a little controversy thing. And I think they were both drunk, and you examine them completely, but it took you 28 days to examine George Zimmerman. I think that if George Zimmerman's car would have been searched the night it happened, you might have found some beers and some Heineken bottles and some Jack Daniel bottles and maybe some roaches in the ashtray. But no, you let 28 days go by and even scope him. Hell, he had time to wash the car, wax it, take his damn Mako and get the damn thing painted by the time you arrested his ass. He had time to clean himself up. He had time to go in the GNC health store and detox his ass. He had to take the time to stick a suppository up his ass and shit anything he ate for the last 6-7 days out of his ass. So by the time he got arrested, 28 days later when they arrested George Zimmerman? 28 days. That was time to clean your system, wash your ass, wash your car, do whatever you had to do. Cultural differences is what I'm saying. So by the time he went to trial, there's no way you could have got him because you had no proper evidence. That car concealed everything. George Zimmerman was obviously drunk when he went after Zimmerman. What white man in his right mind goes after a black man unless he's drunk or got a gun? True. And he had both. Mm-hmm. This is where his power came from. This is where his, unforsaken freedom of movement came from. They said, don't chase him. I'm going to chase him anyway. You either had to have a Roscoe on your side or you had to have some beers in you. Mm-hmm. Pabst Blue Ribbon or whatever it is you drink. And so anyway, getting back to culture differences, you got Ray Rice, who was just eradicated from the NFL. Then you had the other gentleman, Hardy, who was on the Carolina Panthers. He was eradicated toward the end of the year. And Adrian Peterson, I don't know why he whooped his little child like that with a switch like that and put bruises all on his damn legs. That was crazy as hell. But he was eradicated for the whole year. Now, Tom Brady got cut and dry, 4 days suspension from a thing, and they lost a couple draft choices and everything. And they're freaking out. The world, it's funny how the world is split. Nobody can see the difference between right and wrong. Everybody wants to side on what they feel is beneficial to them. Why do you care about Brady getting through this when Brady's human like anybody else? He do some dumb shit, he needs some punishment. It's just that simple. Because the more you don't punish people that got money, they become immune to punishment, and that's called creating a damn monster. So they're creating a monster with Tom Brady. Now he's fighting this, and then you got, which is the biggest joke, Roger Goodell says, I'm going to handle this case personally. Now, Roger Goodell and Mr. Kraft was at a dinner party at Kraft's house not too long ago. Remember that, Redwine?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So how the hell are you going to judge the Krafts and the Bradys when you hobnobbing with these people? What, you going to drop it down to 2 games or whatever? This man deflated footballs. Who the hell does that? See, it's so funny how when different races of people do crazy shit, nobody takes notice to it. But when black people do stuff, it's like, lock his ass up immediately. Oh, no, lock him up. Throw away the key on his ass. But Brady, they got and you got people in New England, they locking themselves up and sitting down saying free Brady. Brady ain't locked up nowhere. What the hell you mean free Brady? They don't know what the hell to believe in. Mm-hmm. It's so damn crazy. Looney Tunes. So anyway, like I said, cultural differences. And it's a mess. It's just a mess. And, we have a caller. Caller, are you out there on the line?
Try to get him up.
Hello?
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 Oh, welcome to the Pajama Party. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are y'all doing?
We're doing great. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't think y'all heard me. That's what it was. How you doing, Ketel? Redwine.
I'm fine.
Poppa DD.
Hey. We're doing fine.
I called in because I didn't hear nothing about this. Was the 30th year for that move. They dropped the bomb in Philadelphia. Have y'all heard about that? We had a little
They dropped the bomb in Philadelphia?
They dropped the bomb in 85 on the move people. They had
in Philly?
They had a rally here on the 13th. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You're right. That was the 13th of May, 1985.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. Matter of fact, they had a rally here on the 13th, and I participated in that. That was really nice. They had a lot of good speakers. They had Cornel West. They had Angela Davis. Yeah, I mean, and it was free. They had a lot of other speakers too. Maybe we need to link that professor up with Cornel West. That young lady was talking about this.
She sounds like she might need some help from him. That sounds like a good idea, Carl.
Yes. Yeah.
All right now. Well, thanks for calling.
Thank you, because y'all was breaking up. I can't really hear you that well.
Okay.
I hopefully y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
And how much is them tickets for this?
They're $20 in advance. $20 in advance and $25 at the door. You can get in contact with Poppa DD or myself or Redwine.
Okay.
And you can just site www.apajamaparty.com.
June the 20th?
And, June 20th from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. or until they put us out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that sounds like a winner.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Well, we hope to see you.
Say hello.
Okay, thanks a lot, caller. You have a good night.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. We have one more other caller. Let me see if I can get that one. We're going to see if we can pull you in on a pajama party. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the pajama party.
Is that still me?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that must be me.
Yes. Okay. Sorry about that, caller. Okay. Well, we're going to push it on, and we're going to take a little CC break, and we're going to come right back in a few minutes. We're going to come back with the crazy, crazy weird news. But before we go, just want to tell you about our first annual birthday celebration, a pajama party online radio show, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. That's Saturday, June the 20th from 9 p.m. or until they put us out. It's going to be at the White Mansion, 1410 Missouri Avenue Northwest. And you can check out the tickets on sale at www.apajamaparty.com. And we'll be right back.
Looking for a new cocktail to serve at your next dinner party? Trying to figure out what pairs well with your main entree? Then you need to visit the Cocktail of the Week archive at apajamaparty.com. We've got a list of all the cocktails we've featured on previous Pajama Party shows with recipes and pictures of the drinks. And believe me, we've had some good ones. And while you're on the website, visit the archives for previous shows. Just click on any date, and you can hear the shows again and again. We've got you covered at apajamaparty.com. And tell a friend. They'll thank you.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
What's going on? We got the weird news coming up. We got bear chasing in Massachusetts. What you got over there, Redwine?
There's a story out of Massachusetts where the police have some good advice for everybody. They said Don't go chasing after bears while drunk and armed with nothing more than a dull hatchet. And you would like to hope police don't have to tell you that, right? So North Adams Police said on their Facebook page that someone did exactly that yesterday. This person went chasing bears through the woods while drunk with a dull hatchet, and they're saying that that is strongly not advised. The department posted a notice saying that the hatchet man that they caught doing it was taken into protective custody due to his incapacitation from the consumption of an alcoholic beverage. They didn't give a name of who did it, but they call him Hatchet Man, and they tell the police have asked people to leave the bears alone. They said if you see any, please do not go out going all Davy Crockett. That's what they call it, chasing bears in the woods drunk with a dull hatchet. And the Washington Post is saying the only kind of bears that live up in Massachusetts are black bears, and there's probably a good 4,000 of them out there. So they recommend that you don't go out there messing around with the bears. Leave the bears alone, people.
Leave them alone, huh?
Leave the bears alone.
Uh-huh. Well, I have one elderly man getting it in. Let's see how he's getting it in.
Uh-oh.
Authorities say a man living in a suburban Philadelphia, oh boy, they're in the news again, huh? Assisted living facility has lost his housing subsidiary after officials found a prostitute underneath his bed.
Underneath of the bed?
Underneath the
Not
bed.
in the bed.
Underneath the bed. I guess he was hiding him.
Okay.
His name is Yuri Monson. Said, I don't know who was it? Yuri Monson said the man believed to be in his 70s paid prostitutes using profits earned from peddling alcohol to fellow residents. Monson says the man was a more mobile gentleman who went on booze runs with his neighbors. So the incident was reported Thursday after county commissioners authorized contract extensions with private facilities housing former residents of the closed county-owned assisted living. So the county paid more than $1 million in subsidized assisted living care for 21 seniors last year. So
wait a minute, he was selling liquor in order to pay for the prostitutes?
That's what it sounds like. Prostitutes using profits earned from peddling alcohol to fellow residents. So he was selling alcohol to his residents there to buy a prostitute. He needed money.
So he was hooking up the other people at the assisted living home.
There you go.
With liquor. And taking the money to buy prostitutes.
There you go.
Or rent. I guess you don't buy a prostitute. You rent.
Sure? Well, now, you're right about that. I guess. I wouldn't know.
That is crazy.
Found the prostitute underneath his bed, not in his bed, but underneath.
So what kind of kinky game were they playing?
I ain't messing with you, Redwine. I'm not messing with you. What else you got over there, Pop, on the weird news?
You got cemetery vandals are caught. It was in Roxbury, Maine.
You know I'm in Maine.
Which is nothing new. And mind you that the population of black folks in Maine is very slim to none. So every vandal and everybody that steals everything is not people of color. Roxbury, Maine, a couple of varmints vandalized and are hitting a small western Maine town hard. Renee Hudson, who's a treasurer and tax collector, tells the Sun Journal a man walking his dog discovered the damage. Tunnels and disturbed earth near the grave markers, and reported to the officials in town that one of the graves belonging to a veteran had been vandalized. It turns out the vandals were they just had groundhogs that called. They say it was groundhog, but these are ground people that caused damage of these particular grave sites. They turned over stuff. They would turn over graves and just messing up like over 400 different grave sites. The town hired a trapper for the groundhogs, but people think there's people doing this stuff. So this Roxborough, Maine, where the cemetery vandals were caught, and they caught groundhogs and people as a result of this situation for just vandalizing graves. Now, who hangs out in a cemetery at night like this to vandalize graves? Trying to open up caskets that have been closed for 50, 60 years.
Wow.
Crazy.
I don't even understand that. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, dial us at 914-803-4306 and press 1.
Press 1.
We're going to take a little CC break, and we're going to keep rolling. Take a little CC break, and we should be back with, I'm just saying, with Redwine.
This is Redwine, and you're listening to WPJP Blog Talk Radio Pajama Party. Check out my commentary. I like to call it I'm Just Saying, because sometimes I am just saying. It's just my opinion. It's what I think. Hey, you don't have to agree, but if you disagree, call us up. 914-803-4306.
Hey, don't forget, they can catch us on Twitter also, at apajamaparty.com, too. What's the number, Papa?
914-803-4306. I don't know how I got in the studio. Redwine came in here by himself, and me and Ketel just happened to come here and catch her stealing airtime, as usual.
I was trying to do my own promo, and y'all just happened to show up again. Well, can y'all tell me what time? 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. No, that's wrong.
And 6 o'clock Western Time. West Coast Time.
Right, okay. Right. Either way.
So if you're in California, call us at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock if you're hanging out in Colorado somewhere.
7 o'clock, that's Central Time. See, now we got it all twisted up.
7 o'clock if you're in...
okay, it's 9 o'clock Eastern. Y'all do the math. Figure out where you are. Check your watch. 9 o'clock Eastern. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Check us out.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9:15 CP time, right?
Yep, that's right.
CP time, 9:15.
There you go.
All right.
All right, bartender. Hey.
Bartender.
Hey, is that Mr. Lowe? Hey, come on, Mr. Lowe, the bartender.
I was trying to jiggle my ice in my glass, but it melted.
Oh, jiggle.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD, here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir. What you got going on over there, Redwine?
Well, tonight, I'm just saying, what is up with this statement that a gentleman made about how to deal with an all-female city council? Ooh. I don't know if y'all heard about that, but I got a real problem with that. Now, this is happening down in Austin, Texas, but the problem is this gentleman is saying that now that Austin has an all-female city council, the city council in Austin felt like they needed to bring in a so-called specialist to help explain to them how do you deal with that. And I'm trying to figure out, first of all, it's still the city council. What do you mean you need help with how to deal with it? Did you get advisors or consultants to come in when it was other men on the city council? And the answer to that would be no. So now that it's an all-female city council, they wanted to bring in somebody to help them deal with how you deal with an all-female city council. So they bring in this brother from down in Florida somewhere, and he did this little seminar type thing to explain to them how to best deal with an all-female city council. So let me just say, first of all, I am appalled that they even felt the need to do that. Second of all, the stuff that this guy said in the seminar, he was talking about all this stuff about people needing to understand that women need to have more time to look at information because they don't process numbers like men do. They don't understand it as well, so that you're going to have to be more patient, and that when you give them these reports and things, they're not going to really read all that information. They're just going to ask questions. This is the kind of stuff that they paid somebody to come and tell them in this seminar. Now, I don't understand, first of all, who paid for this. I don't know what Austin does with their money. Obviously, it's not the concern of people outside of Austin. But when you start dissing women in general, it is my concern anyway. Now, for this guy to come in there and say that these women on the city council, or just because it's all women on the council, that they ask a lot of questions. That's one point he made. He said that he learned a valuable lesson by communicating with women, communicating with women from his 11-year-old daughter, who prepped him with questions while they were on their way to volleyball. He said in a matter of 15 seconds he got 10 questions that he had to patiently respond to. And he said that when you're dealing with the all-female city council members, that they're less likely to really read the agenda information and instead just ask questions. Now, he also said that it's tempting to just tell them to read the packet. Read the packet. Whenever they ask a question, just respond with, read the packet. He said it would be tempting, but of course he knows that that would be the inappropriate thing to say. He said his daughter taught him the importance of being patient when dealing with females. Really? His 11-year-old daughter on the way to volleyball, and that's what you're basing some of your premise for your seminar session? This man, I'm not even going to talk about this man personally. All I'm saying is he wouldn't have gotten a dime from me to hear him say anything. Now, the other point he made is that he says that women don't want to deal with numbers. He said that in the city where he had worked with people and background information, financial analysis, etc., he said that normally he would present the financial argument, but with the all-female commissioners, they would just balk and say, Mr. Manager, we don't want to hear all that financial argument. I just want to hear how it impacts the community. So that's his excuse. He said that there were women who said they don't want to hear all that number rigmarole. Just tell me what's the bottom line. How is it impacting the community? And then he said that women are taking over and that Hillary Clinton is encouraging it. And I'm like, now you're really reaching. Women have been doing whatever they've been doing since as long as, suffrage came into place. So what is he talking about? So for this gentleman, I'm trying to find his name. His name is Alan something. I would tell him you need to go back into whatever cave you crawled out of and take your little caveman club with you and your little bearskin troglodyte outfit, because you sound like something from the dark ages for real. I don't know where they dragged this man out from, but it sounds like to me he is so uninformed to say that you got to do all these special things just because the council is all female. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be a positive experience because there's all women. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But to say that women don't want to look at numbers and that they don't want to read anything, they just want to ask questions, this dude is off his rocker. So all I'm saying tonight is, really, dude, crawl back into whatever hole, whatever rock you came out from under, and if you can't find it, I got a big old brick sitting right here. I can help you get under one. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying.
All right.
Done.
All right.
Drop the mic.
Let me answer the question.
Oh, here, start something.
That's why I'm here.
I see it in your eyes.
Come on with it.
I'm here.
Come on, Papa.
Okay, now.
Is that the cocktail of the week?
Yeah, what you pour? You got to pour something to start something.
Come on with it, Papa.
Now, you say that Austin, Texas has an all-female council?
Yes, they do. It just recently happened.
Okay, now, when you go to work, what would you rather work for, male or female? Honestly, Redwine.
That's not the point.
Oh, my God. My question again, Redwine. What would you rather work for, a male or a female?
I would rather have an equal mixture because then you can get the opinions of the female and the male
and come
to a logical conclusion
for
whatever the case may be.
My third
hermaphrodite.
Yeah. What who is asexual would be my preference.
Okay, for the third time, Redwine, who would you rather, I even heard you say this, I won't reference when you said it, but who would you rather work for in a job
with the
market?
women. Sisterhood. Okay. Girl power.
Yeah.
Who runs the world? Girls. Who runs the world? Girls. Okay. Who runs this mother?
What's your point? Come on,
That's what Beyonce said.
What's your
All
point?
right, being we can't get Redwine to admit how she really feels.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying any gender aspect at all, but not to say what he was even saying. But we know that ladies are full of a boatload of emotions, okay, on every aspect. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. So don't throw rocks at me. Throw something soft. You're going to throw something at me. Throw something soft. All I'm saying is the fact that what people are trying to say is that there should be a mix of genders, period. We don't want all men, nor do we want all women.
But they were voted in.
Aspetta, they say in Italy, aspetta. Aspetta. That means wait a minute. Okay?
Un momento.
What I'm saying is that if you have all of any gender, then it's overzealous completely because you don't have the opinion of any type of structure of anybody else's opinion when it comes to experience, life, situations, circumstances, or what have you. Okay? Let's say you had all women and none of them ever been in the military. So therefore you have no veteran knowledge on there at all. Okay? And I'm not beating up on women, don't get me wrong.
But this is why there's Google.
I'm just being objective to what you're saying. All I'm saying, Google it.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay,
but
please
all
do.
I'm saying all I'm saying is that because of the fact that the people, the wise and good people of Austin, voted for the people who are currently on the city council.
Now, okay.
And they are all female.
Right. Now, when have all
Austin
females...
to go and say, well, we better get a consultant to tell us how to deal with all
but when have all females ever got along at anything together?
Many times.
I'll grow a beard in the meantime while you let me know.
Many
times. 6 women on the job have all gotten along at the same time.
You know we always scratch our eyes out, Redwine.
Yes, you do.
Always.
Cat fight. Cat meow. Meow. Her just got her hair done. Who she thinks she is? Walk around with them big ass titties. Who she thinks she is with that fat old ass? Who she thinks she is?
Can I get a refill, please? I'm feeling
she just thinks because she got her hair redone that she wear too much makeup, in my opinion. And look at them damn shoes. Where she get them shoes at? What does that sound like to you? That sounds like a cat house to me. Okay? That sounds like a cat house. When I work with another man, I don't comment on his shoes, pants, shirt, hair, beard, anything. If he got bad breath, I may move away. But other than that, ladies look at everything on a woman up and down. Then they go to the next woman and talk about it. And then they go to lunch with they want to go to lunch with. Then they got the cat calls and the cat fights. And who got who? She got some bigger roses on Valentine's Day. And this one didn't get no roses. And the reception is sexier than all of y'all. And she making $25,000 a year. And you $100,000 chicks look like crap.
Then why not just start doing the work, and then if you encounter issues, you deal with whoever the individual or individuals that are creating.
There should be mixed gender and everything. We got to move on, but there should be mixed gender everywhere.
It's not like they went out and said,
let's get all women. We'll wait for it to implode because I ain't never seen too many fish swim together anywhere.
Let me say this to you. How long in the Congress has it been dominated by men?
It's a mess, right? And it's a mess, right?
And I'm just saying.
It's a mess.
That men have dominated mostly everything.
Well, at least
it's a mess. And it's a mess.
And all
they need more women there.
But that's the way it was.
They need more women, but they don't need all women there, nor do they need all men there. I can appreciate
what they need is me in there. I will straighten all of that mess.
Yeah, and that's what the other 4 women said. That's why y'all fighting. Anyway, we need to move on.
If you guys got any questions or comments on what we're talking about, I'm going to break them up in the meantime. 914-803-4306 and press 1. We're going to take a little CC break, and we'll be right back.
Oh, what about the birthday party coming up?
All right, we got a birthday party coming up on the 20th of June, which is on a Saturday night. It's from 9 to 1. It's at the White House, the other White House, the other white meat. The other White House in D.C., 1410 Michigan Avenue. It's our year celebration.
Missouri.
What did I say?
Don't end up on Michigan Avenue, because they're going to put your ass out up there.
Okay.
It's Missouri, like the state.
Okay.
Show me state, Papa.
They're from D.C. They're correcting me. 1410 Missouri Avenue, that's in the northwest section. It's on the 20th of June. It's from 9 to 1 a.m. It's our first year celebration. You can wear pajamas if you like. And remember, if you wear pajamas, there's no drawers allowed with pajamas. And the tickets are $20 in advance, $25 at the door. And, what?
We're going to take a little CC break.
Take a break.
So we can regroup.
Yeah, $20 for this party. And we got a great DJ. We got some food. We got a cash bar. We're going to do our thing.
We got some surprises coming up.
You get to meet the cast. We have some door prizes, all kind of stuff. We're going to have some private rooms. You can get your lap dance on. And, never mind. You're going to take a break.
That's another show, Papa.
All right. Hey, this is Poppa DD. Join me on Friday night for Live
at the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. And don't miss my segments called Living for the City and What's Poppin'.
Hey, and join me. This is Redwine with the long stem, and I've got the hot topics in my commentary called I'm Just Saying. And don't forget the cocktail of the week for me, Ketel with the yellow top. I got the Hollywood wrap-up along with Weird News. And don't forget, we've got the Kisser list. That's for the people who get on our last nerves and you want us to call them out.
So join us on Blog Talk Radio for the Pajama Party.
Every Friday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast and 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Go to apajamaparty.com to listen online or follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty. Call us live, 914-803-4306. And don't forget to press 1.
Now let's get back to the show.
Hey, what happened to the snack tray or the bartender?
Does he want to see my slippers?
I'll call it room service.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, bonsoir.
All right, I'm going to talk about living for the city for a minute. Let's focus on the city of Philadelphia. Right now, they're going through some things because that Amtrak train wrecked in their jurisdiction, but they're also celebrating a milestone anniversary day of what was called the Move Fire. That's MOVE. Was a Back to Nature group of black people that believed in their own beliefs, and they started years ago on Powell Avenue fighting with Mayor Rizzo years ago, and the fight moved from 41st and Powell down to 62nd and Osage Avenue in West Philly. They had purchased a house or rented a house on 62nd and Osage Avenue, which is right by Cobbs Creek Parkway in the West Philly section of the city. And they had a standoff that day on the 13th of May, which was a couple days ago, back in 1985. This standoff went on all day, and they told the people on the back side of Osage Avenue, which was Pine Street, and the whole block of Osage Avenue to evacuate their houses for a while because they have a standoff going off with what they called a radical family or a radical group called MOVE, M-O-V-E. Now, around 5 o'clock in the evening on the 13th of May in 1985, the police got in a helicopter and took it under their own prejudice to fly over the helicopter and drop some C2s or C3 bomb cartridges on the roof into what was a bunker on top of the roof. Now, mind you, these were row houses in West Philly by people who have been living there for 25, 30 years. These were black homeowners in West Philly. This C4 or C3 or C2 cartridge went down into that house, and it blew the bunker off the roof, and it started the houses to catch on fire. Now, when the firemen came up to fight the fire, they claimed that the MOVE people were shooting at the firemen, so they decided to so-called let the bunkers burn. So they let the houses burn. Now, Mayor Good was the mayor of Philly at the time, a black man. Mayor Wilson Good. So they never fought the fire, and the fires escalated. The whole block of 62nd and Osage burnt. The other side of Osage Avenue, which was Pine Street, that whole street burnt. In turn, 62 houses burnt to the ground of people that just left out of their house for a few minutes just to evacuate so they could try to eradicate and evict these people out of that particular house. This happened May 13th, 1985, before Twitter, before Facebook, before any social media stuff was in effect. That's why a lot of people in the world have not heard about the MOVE fire in West Philly of 1985. It was a horrendous event. I know people that lived in them houses that got burnt out completely. These houses burnt down to the foundation. Down, it looked like a horse stable that you can tie. It looked like a western town where you can tie a horse to a stable. This is how crazy it was. And these were black homeowners.
That's crazy.
And it was crazy. 62 houses. And the interim of that, Mayor Wilson Good did not get reelected for mayor. As a matter of fact, he fell into an abyss. I think he's drinking and drugging right now, as a matter of fact, somewhere.
Come on, Papa. Come on, Papa.
Wilson Good is drinking and drugging, didn't he?
Wow.
I think his son is a councilman in Philly right now, because Philly has a legacy of nepotism. You got Mayor Rizzo and his brothers and everything else. But just to reiterate, 30 years ago, a couple days ago, the Move Fire, West Philly, where the police in a helicopter dropped a bomb on a row house in West Philly, and they burnt 62 houses to the ground. Crazy.
Sad.
That was sad, sick, and so irresponsible it wasn't even funny. Okay?
So did they find the...
They rebuilt the houses with a shaky, a gentleman that rebuilt them, he was shaky. He was in cahoots with some other shaky builders. They built the houses that had all kind of defects. So some of the houses are still there today, and ain't nobody ever moved in them. They were just, it was a mess. Wow. It was a complete mess on all four sides. And that's your little day in history, or your little black history fact for things that we don't know as black people, because Jet magazine's not made no more. So what am I going to do? I can't get a Jet.
Wow.
And they got, remember the centerfold in the middle of Jet magazine with the baby?
Well, you get online.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, it got a result to pulling up some porno,
I
guess.
never liked that centerfold.
Anyway, okay. That's it for me. We're going to go to Hollywood Wrap-Up with Ketel.
Yeah.
What you got going on?
Yeah, as we know, a legend has died. He died last night.
Salute.
I know that's right. B.B. King died at 89. Says B.B. King, whose scorching guitar licks and heartfelt vocals made him the idol of generations of musicians and fans, were earning him the nickname King of the Blues. He died Thursday night at his home in Las Vegas at 89. I remember him saying about 2 weeks ago on Twitter or Facebook that he was in hospice care. And unfortunately, he succumbed to when he was diabetic and some other complications. He died at 89. Although he had continued to perform well into his 80s, the 15-time Grammy winner suffered from diabetes as his health has been declining over the years. Like I said, he was in hospice care in his Vegas home. For most of a career spanning nearly 70 years, Riley B. King was not only the undisputed king of the blues, but a mentor to scores of guitarists like Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix and John Mayall and Keith Richards. He recorded more than 50 albums and toured the world well into his 80s, often performing 250 gigs concert a year. King played a Gibson guitar he affectionately called Lucille. Everybody knows the guitar Lucille. His style was unusual. King didn't like to sing and play at the same time, so he developed a call and response between him and Lucille. A preacher uncle taught him to play the guitar and his technique. He grew up in Mississippi and the birthplace of the blues. King got his start in radio with a gospel quartet in Mississippi, but soon moved to Memphis, Tennessee, where a job as a DJ at WDIA gave him access to a wide range of recordings. So, B.B. King, gone at 89. Also, he got Grammys, including Best Male Rhythm and Blues Performance in 71 for The Thrill Is Gone. And his final Grammy came in 2009 for Best Blues Album for One Kind Favor. He was born Riley B. King. I wonder what the B stands for. On September 16th, 1925 in Mississippi. King was inducted into the Blues Foundation Hall of Fame in 1984. He will truly be missed. B.B. King. Yes. All right, man. Let's salute to B.B. King.
All right.
Also, some information on the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. The record dollar amounts that they made, a record 4.4 million people bought this fight. $440 million in pay-per-view buys. They should have shut him down for real.
That was a lot of money.
I'm surprised, but the fight was delayed for about 40 minutes because people were still buying pay-per-view fights.
Yeah, they were gonna sell as many as they could.
At $99 a pop. It says the record tripled. The record from 150 million from the pay-per-view. So 440 million they made this time, compared to 150 million last time.
Gosh.
At the gate, they made 71 million. That was tripled from 2009, which was only 20 million.
So sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the fight on HBO last Saturday night of two welterweights. That was better than that fight.
Wow.
These guys was duking it out. And
Wow.
America thought they was going to see a good fight, but to me, it was
just a
it was average at best.
A bunch of Showtime stuff.
It was crap. It was absolute crap.
They even said on Facebook reported that 37 million unique people contributed more than 115 million interactions from the start of the event to 30 minutes prior to it.
Yeah, that was just so sad. It was Shanghai, really.
Wow.
And I think that Mayweather needs to run for the hills.
Anyway. But they were saying him and his couple of uncles, they produced it, put it together. So, I mean, what you expect? So
Kept that money in the family, huh?
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But check this out. The season for next season, the shows that are coming on NBC. I'm gonna give you a few rundown. Familiar with the Blacklist?
Yeah.
This is their second season. At this particular date, it says unknown if they're going to be renewed or not. Grimm, season 6, it says they're going to be renewed. This is one of my favorites, Hollywood Game Night, season 3. It says it's going to be renewed. Premieres on July 7th. Law and Order, SVU. They don't know. The 16th season? What? Not Law and Order.
It'll probably be back.
Okay. The Mysteries of Laura. I've watched it a couple of times.
Yeah, I think I saw it once.
Yeah, it's his first season, so it says unknown. Something called The Slap. Their status is unknown. I see why.
Was that Zoe Saldana and some other people?
I don't know, and I don't care. Something called The Slap. Look, I can see that right outside my window.
Okay.
The Voice in its 8th season. It's going to be renewed. Yay.
Hey. And we know American Idol was only coming back for one more season.
Yeah. I'm just getting to get to that Fox 5, Channel 5 American Idol renewed one more season, this last one. I think it's a bunch of crock. They're probably going to go more than that, but I think it's just a boost to get them more ratings. Bones, season 10, the status is renewed. Brooklyn 99, I'm not familiar with that. It's a comedy or something?
That's that one with, what's his
Police
name?
comedy.
Brower?
Yeah, Andre Brower
Okay.
and Terry Crews.
I don't understand. Season 2 is going to be
Andy
renewed.
Samberg.
Don't understand. And, of course, our favorite, Empire.
Yay, Empire.
Season 1 is going to be renewed.
All right.
Yep.
That's the show right there.
That's the joint. Also on Fox 5, Gotham. I've watched it a couple of times with Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, I never saw it.
It's going to be renewed. You ever seen it, Papa? Gotham? Okay. The Last Man on Earth. I don't understand why. Season 1 is going to be renewed. The Mindy Project, Season 3. It says canceled. Hula may pick it up. And another one, Sleepy Hollow. It's interesting. It says it's going to be renewed. That was their second season.
Okay.
On ABC, why? I don't understand. The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
Oh, gosh.
Are going to be renewed. Bachelor is the 19th season. Bachelorette is in their 10th season. Don't understand. Castle is going to be renewed for the 8th season. Celebrity Wife Swap.
That's still around?
I don't understand. They need to have celebrity husband swap. Our favorite Redwine, Scandal.
Yay.
And on CBS, NCIS, all of them going to be renewed.
How many they have now? About 8, 9 of them?
About 10 of them. Person of Interest. Why they kill my girl Taraji off? I don't understand. I'm going to stop watching.
And to bring her back as a ghost.
Does that make any sense? But they're going to be renewed. Undercover Boss, all the NCISs, CSIs.
About 9 of those, isn't it?
Yeah, Criminal Minds, and 2 broke girls. I don't understand why.
That's your show, Poppa DD. 2 broke girls.
A few on the CW. CW still around?
Yeah, they still around.
Okay, we have a few. It's gonna be renewed. What did you say, Pop?
That's a colored network.
Okay, my bad. Zombie, never heard of it. Jane the Virgin. I wonder, is that on at the same time?
I don't know.
The Vampire Diaries, and Whose Line Is It Anyway? Oh, they moved to the CW?
Oh, I didn't even know.
I didn't either. They moved the quote-unquote black folks to the CW?
I guess we haven't been watching, huh?
Okay. Well, I got a few celebrity birthdays. May 10th is Burt Bacharach, music composer. He's 87. Cam Newton, the quarterback. He's 26. Youngblood. May 12th, Kim Fields, actress, 46. Ving Rhames, actor, 56. Yogi Berra, baseball legend, 90. Wow. Okay. That's another show, Pop.
Average.
May 13th, Stevie Wonder, 65.
Yay.
Darius Rucker, the country singer. Didn't he used to be with Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yeah, is he doing a solo thing, right? Was he
he's doing country. He's 49.
I think he blew that fish. He doing his own thing.
What I'm saying. Colorful Man, Dennis Rodman. Where he's been?
He's been over there with what's his name?
Kim Jong.
Well, he's
his wingman.
Well, maybe he'll celebrate his birthday over here.
Kim Jong is his wingman.
He's gonna be 54.
He drives his car or something for him. I don't understand. Damn shoes or something.
May 14th birthdays. George Lucas, creator of Star Wars, 71. He got his young wife.
May the force be with you, Luke.
Mhm. The creator of Facebook, he's gonna be 31. Mark Zuckerberg. May 15th, Emmett Smith, 46. Ray Lewis, 40. We all know who they are. And May 16th, Pierce Bronson, 62.
He's 62.
He still looks
damn
good.
Yeah. Go get there.
And Janet Jackson, she's gonna be 49.
All
righty.
My Hollywood wrap up.
We got 2 more to add there. We got people called in earlier. We got a Crystal Gentry.
All right now.
Today,
okay.
as a matter of fact. And
All
a Henrietta
right.
Gentry tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
How about that?
Oh, we forgot one important one.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
My Mama Z.
Oh, Mama Z.
Mama Z is gonna be Sunday,
The 17th?
May 17th.
Yay, Mama Z.
Undisclosed age.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, shout out to all the birthday people, and I got the cocktail of the week for
What you got?
Come on with it.
Y'all ready for this one?
Uh-uh.
This one is called Between the Sheets.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, not just the Isley brothers can get between the sheets, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, between
You done had too many.
Shut up. Between the Sheets is an interestingly complex cocktail that is sometimes called a maiden's prayer. It's a brandy and rum combination. It's very nice, and this is what's in it. You use 3/4 ounce of brandy,
Shot.
3/4 ounce of light rum,
Shot.
3/4 ounce of triple sec,
Shot.
a half an ounce of lemon juice, and you use lemon twist for garnish. So you mix that all together, shake it up in a shaker. You can pour it over ice, and it is absolutely delicious. It's warm going down. It'll make you feel oh so nice. So I would recommend you want to give a try to the Between the Sheets cocktail. It's good any time of the year, summer, winter, spring, or fall. All you got to do is call, and you can get a Between the Sheets anytime.
All right now.
Tonight is fine. I'm just saying.
Okay, you guys got any questions or comments that we're talking about? Call us up tonight, 914-803-4306. And press 1, as Redwine says. You guys want to keep it moving with the kisser list? What you got over there, Papa?
Well, we got Stephen A. Smith. He's a mess.
Issues.
Man, I tell you what. His tongue was so far up Brady and Kraft's butt today, it wasn't even funny. I mean, he was just, it was a mess.
Wow. Who else you got?
Absolute mess.
Wow.
He he was just, Tom Brady.
Of course.
For fighting his minimal punishment. He got four games. Do your 4 games. Keep it moving. You got Ray Rice, who's out of the thing completely. We got
You got some more on the kiss it list?
We have a late entry. We have
Carl Key.
Who's got the list?
I forgot the list. I thought he was running it down.
Oh.
Well, who else you have?
Got what's this guy, Sheldon Adelson? What did he do, Redwine?
Who was that talking about Adelson earlier?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, somebody in the audience
can
explain that one.
Can y'all explain Sheldon Adelson? Nobody was to speak. Let's just say he's an asshole.
He's just on the kiss
Keep it
list.
that.
Yep.
How about that?
And who else you got?
We got Verizon and Sprint.
Of course.
They were stealing people's money. They were charging money on people's bills every month.
$9.99.
$9.99 for God knows who or how much or whatever. We got the Philadelphia Police Department in 1985 for burning up all those houses. Nobody ever went to trial on that. Nobody was indicted for that. And 61 families lost their homes, and nobody went down for that.
Wow.
We also have the people in Austin who decided to bring that character down there to talk to them about how to deal with an all-female city council group. He is definitely on the kiss it list.
Right.
His name is Allen, Mr. Allen.
And we have the engineer of Train 188 for Amtrak that really needed to slow down going around that curve, brother. If that's the real reason things went down. But
right.
In any event, people's lives are at stake, and we really need to, when we got other people's lives in our hands, we need not stop being so worried about our particular issues and worry about what we're doing.
And I forgot one.
God bless the people that were killed. 8 people that were killed, and many, many, many people hurt. Whole situation. Our prayers go out to all the people that was on that train that night. Train 188 that left Washington, D.C. at 7:10 p.m.
And also, I forgot to add the Republicans involved in trying to regulate what people on welfare can buy with their stamps.
Yeah.
They're on the kiss it list.
What we have for them?
Peanut butter.
Kiss my entire ass.
Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass.
You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass.
Well, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, we're back at the Pajama Party with our closing words. I'm Poppa DD, here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
And Redwine, what you got going on tonight?
My closing words are, anytime you feel like you have to bring in a consultant to help you to understand how to talk to human beings, you have a problem that goes much deeper than any consultant can help you. So check yourself. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to everybody who joined us tonight for the Pajama Party. We hope to see you all on June the 20th. Check out our website, www.apajamaparty.com, and get all the information. Get your tickets quick because they're going like hotcakes. Ow!
Well, my last word, since Papa, I know he wants to have the last word tonight, I want to say thanks to the new listeners, the old listeners, the future listeners. Shout out to LYC, Miss Sabrina, Naya, Carla, my ride or die cuz, Tonette. She's always there and she never says no. Congratulations to my cousin and graduate, Ebony Schamberger. Miss E.J. Schamberger. She got a master's in public relations today.
All right.
Congratulations from GW. And that's my last word.
And shout out to Maurice.
What you got, Papa?
And we can't leave out the beautiful Savannah. That's a little voice you heard in the background tonight. This beautiful child that graced our presence tonight on the show. And we don't mind if she screams or cries or whatever. She's just a doll baby, and we hope that she grows up to live a very healthful, fruitful life. I just want to take time to pause for all the people that were that perished and people that are hurt off Amtrak 188, which departed Tuesday at 7:10 out of Washington, D.C. When you jump on an Amtrak train, which a lot of us do all the time, every day or what have you, you never know what to expect. It usually rolls pretty safe. We don't hear about Amtrak derailments or accidents and things of that nature too often. But this was something that caught everybody by surprise. It shut down the Northeast Corridor, and it just sent everybody through a whirlwind. We can only imagine what people are going through on the train like that. Even though it's not an airplane, you're not falling out of the sky, damage could still be done. So to all the people and their families that were victimized in that particular situation with Train 188 from Amtrak, God bless all you guys, and I hope everybody that's critical has a speedy recovery, and that the people that are dealing with the tragedies of their families having untimely demises, that you heal yourself in God's speed. That's my word for tonight.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
See you next week. Bonsoir.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown and sexy, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you.